Cleo, I know you had proposed discussing some sort of blacklist. Did you want to talk about that, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, very, very quickly. It's just basically, as we're all YouTube or Twitch people, it's basically just sharing the names of people who have been outrageous between groups, so that we don't necessarily get harassed whilst we're on other people's streams. Or so if somebody was absolutely disgusting to me, I would possibly give you the name, and we do a collective, okay, we don't want you around because you're a horrible person, kind of thing.
Um,
I got you.
Like my
okay.
lovely stalk other day?
Yeah, that's what prompted it, to be honest. I was
Cleo, are
thinking
you
about it.
proposing that this would be shared information or binding?
No, shared information. That way you know who to keep an eye on, if in your streams and stuff. I wouldn't necessarily expect you to act on it per se, but just to be aware.
Yeah, because I don't know what kind of a burden that would create. Because, like, for example, if I don't use Twitch normally, I don't know how to edit a Twitch blacklist or whatever.
So you go
It's-
into settings under band and you type in the name?
Okay, but I guess my point is, though, that, like, especially as Cleo pointed out, people use different services, too. Like, do I have to
Yeah.
ban the person on Twitter? Like, it's fine if it's shared information, but I wouldn't not necessarily want to require somebody do something like that, or say they have
Yeah.
failed if they don't get to it.
No, what I would like is, I would just like if somebody's actually, because we're all pretty chill people. Somebody's actually had to physically ban someone from their service or whatever. I would like that information about who they have, not necessarily what exactly set them off, but just to be aware of it, so I can keep an eye on
That could
my
be
own
pretty
stream.
easy if somebody wants to just create a Google Doc and share it between all the members.
Yeah.
Then if something like that comes up, you can just go into the Google Doc under Blacklist and type in the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody can see it. It's editable. It's editable. Editable? Is that
Well,
a word?
okay, I guess as Mango pointed out, everyone can see it. Like one of the goals of the server was to do as much in the sunshine as possible.
Yeah.
I don't want to glorify people who are terrible.
Right,
by
that's why we can.
create-
This we can keep
well,
in the
and
back.
The other part of that would be like in the case of my lovely death threat person. It was anonymous. He made 29 different accounts, different IP addresses. There's no way to know exactly who it was, so it doesn't really help to give you the list.
But it's a case of if it's a one-off, sort of like a single person, a single name that you've banned because they said something completely outrageous.
I guess what would probably end up happening is no one would have the time to import this blacklist into their own stuff. What would happen is if they had a problem with somebody, they would check to see if somebody else had already added them to the list, but that doesn't really do anything because then you've already blacklisted the person on your own thing for being a problem in your own place.
I think it's a
I
moot
get what
point,
she's
really.
going through. I get what she's going for though, and we already do it in the streaming now. If we get somebody who is just universally a douche, then you let everybody know that, and it makes it harder for them to be places. Even if they change names, you tend to recognize people the way they talk, that kind of thing. So I get where she's going with it, and I'm good with it. If we want to share the information, I think it's fine.
I'd say share the information, but don't necessarily compile a list, etc. Just be like, hey, by the way, today, XYZ person was making death threats. You might want to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Wes,
I
you
like
said
this
nothing. I'd like to hear from Wes.
Everybody loves me. I don't have to worry about this stuff.
Thanks.
I am universally adored, and everyone is sweet to me.
It's okay, I love you. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, you hang out with me long enough and the hate will start moving in your direction too.
Okay, well, it looks like this is the sort of thing that we don't necessarily even need to vote on because we're not doing anything, or are
Not
we?
really. I mean, it's just it's just that's more of a, if somebody says something incredibly egregious, we'll probably tell each other, but it doesn't really need to be a formal thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to bring it up just because,
Well, no, and Cleo, I think
shit's
that this
already
is,
gone down.
this is exactly the sort of stuff we should be talking about. I'm just not. Or what I'm saying is maybe we don't vote on it not because it's not a good idea, but because we need to get more feedback from the rest of the group on how to implement this in a way that is. I'm not sure how the way it's been described that it would actually help anyone, and I want to help people. We need. Sorry, I'm moving my hands to talk. I need to push to talk. I feel like we need a more solid solution or a course of action.
Well, that person in question has been banned, and his main account has been tracked down and IP banned from Twitch, etc. Which is sort of a solution. And he can't get to any of us because he can't get back on Twitch. Theoretically.
I make a motion that we go to the Nether Fortress.
Okay, well, so hold on. First off, we're still talking about the blacklist. Can I say tabled until we have another group discussion? Is that
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I think this is there's got to be a way to do this that doesn't glorify people, but also is not wasting our time.
Yeah,
because there are people out there who will try and get on the blacklist just because that means that people know who they are.
Okay. Yeah.
No unnecessary infamy.